I was launching Unleashing Potential in the autumn of last year, which is a small management consultancy designed to help businesses, organisations and people create futures where they can flourish. And at that stage I've been working on developing the website, getting that up and running, but it was very early days, so there was a soft launch, and so since then I've been working here in Guernsey, developing their customers and working with clients, helping them with their issues and some of their projects. But what was really helpful with the process was that opportunity to network, particularly when you start as a small entrepreneur getting started. It can be quite a lonely place. So having access to other people who are in a very similar position was really handy, and also getting access to some experts as well who were able to give their time so freely to help us get started was much appreciated. It was a really enjoyable experience, and the highlight for me was very much the bootcamp, which is a huge personal sacrifice for me as well, because it did clash with the England-France World Cup game. But it was a price well worth paying, because that was a really intensive day from early in the morning all the way through late into the afternoon. And I think the business canvas model was probably one of the most useful tips, because the emphasis there was to keep things fairly fluid, so that you wouldn't spend too much time actually putting a huge amount of effort in developing a business plan per se, whereas this gave a really structured, very flexible way that was, as I said, very fluid, and we were able to modify and adapt it so it remained a living document rather than something that you produce once for the bank and then never go back to. Whereas the business canvas model that I've developed back in during the Accelerator program, I'm still using and updating as I go along, because it is so easy to maintain. So that was one of the best bit of knowledge transfers and new skills that I was unaware of that I took out of it. And then, as I said, it's the opportunity to network and work with colleagues who are in very similar position. We weren't in competition with each other than the presentation night, which I'm sure was a fix. But it was a really enjoyable process, kind of having that support group as well to bounce ideas off, and to keep rehearsing our pitches was enjoyable as well. I think one of the most valuable experiences was the time that people were giving freely, volunteering to come along, not just on the boot camp over the weekend, but also on the regular nights. It was a couple of hours every week over quite a long period of time, where people were very freely giving their expertise and advice to help us to develop our own ideas and our own knowledge. And getting access to marketing advice or IP advice was really appreciative and invaluable, really. So it's that network and access to technical experts that you wouldn't have normal access to was really helpful. I guess it helped with the launch, the soft launch back in the autumn. Everything was fairly fluid at the time, but I think what I have used repeatedly was that business canvas model approach, because it was so simple and easy to use and keep updating, and actually using it in different contexts as well as you were bringing new products and new services to the market. It was a really easy way for those to be assessed and identify what were the key steps and who you needed to engage with, and actually develop the financials out of that as well. So that business canvas model is something that I learned as part of that process, which was a hell of a lot better than the usual traditional business plan that I had kind of studied in the MBA process. So for me, that was one of the most powerful tools that I'd learnt, and I will keep using repeatedly over the coming years.